Hello and welcome, my manga copying leaves. Well, here we are again with Donbrothers. And if I'm being quite honest, while part of me still enjoys the show, it is kinda getting boring. We know the goofs already. Can we please move on with the plots? Let's see if this month's episodes are any better.
Don 19. Hello, Ghost? Well, we have this old telephone booth that was about to be dismantled. But a Hitotsuki prevented that from happening, and now this girl is inside. And, just to be nice, Haruka told her she was her friend. It's a ghost. Look at the title. No surprise is gonna happen here. And she pops up right at Haruka's home. Now, how could she have done that, I wonder? How mysterious. With a huge miss in the beginning. Those two can only see her when they hold their breath. Why? I don't know, because it's funny apparently? Ah, so she can't pass on because she waited for the call of her pen pal. And they did that in a phone booth so the parents don't find out because it would be too embarrassing. Oh, and she died before he could call. Got run over or something. And this, according to her, is sad guy. Yeah, brown hair in old Japan. Doubt it. And she mistakes Taro as well as Ona for Shinzo. Those two don't even look alike. So yeah, she's just dumb. Ghosty girl goes on a date with our guys. But none are really Shinzo. But you gotta love Ona in this scene. Best scene of the whole episode. And this is a fighting show. Ah, Tsuyoshi managed to get a hold of Shinzo, who, of course, is way older now. So, problem solved and episode over? He actually called her, so this really should be over. Okay, and while they were talking, these people wanted to remove the booth. Which, well, should happen. It is not used anymore. But we, of course, still need our fight. And for that, we have this Hitotsuki based on Goonja. You can see the car parts, but not the animal ones. And it is quite boring. And while the others fight the Hitotsuki, Jiro fights Murasame. I am kinda hyped for Murasame, but so far, she just appeared, fought a bit, and is going away again, for no purpose. Similar to the bestials. And thus, she passes on. This episode was just boring. I did not really enjoy it. The fight scenes weren't special, nothing progressed. This show is so fast-paced, blink and you'll miss it, while simultaneously moving extremely slow. Don 20. Nose in the air allergy. Taro gave Jiro the team so he can learn how to fight with them. Oh, I wonder, can this fail in the end? And we get a little scene of a memory of Tsubasa. Guess what? Yes, this story won't progress, of course. We always only get story bits for every plot, but no real progression, which annoys me. He then joins the training, running upstairs, but is exhausted only after a few. Yeah, this is the same guy that can easily jump over a 2-meter fence. Writers, get your character straight, please. He was shown that he is pretty athletic. Almost hit by Truck-kun and sent to another world. Well, emergency stopped? Yeah, we don't have to remember the Dragonfires, but just in case you wanna know the Dragonfire's name, the Dragonfire's name is Dragonfires. Tsuyoshi, you say in secret, but most Super Sentai teams aren't really secretive about their identity. A lot, like Shinkenja, Bokenja or Gokaija, are even very open with that. Ah, rando of the week, so we have an enemy. But what except complete randomness can you do? Include them in the plot? No, that would be ridiculous. Oh yeah, this time the Hitotsuki is based on Dairanger, and honestly, I can barely see that resemblance. I like the idea of the Hitotsuki, but the execution is lackluster. Include the victim into the plot. Have the plot be something fitting for that specific team, like gaming for Mega Ranger, and then have the design be subtle but clear. Fair warning, I think you can bask a little in you being praised, but don't overdo it. Guess what will happen? Okay, those two teaming up is really cool. And sein Kaiser Black has a laser sword. That, granted, is awesome. And well, the others get high on their ego and, without any reason, have long noses now. Has nothing to do with the enemy, it just happened. Okay. And that should make them not fit to be Donbrothers anymore. Remember that for the next episode to make it especially enraging. Ah, Owner puts them right back into their place. At least one guy we can count on. And Taro did the actual work as well. Is this the most useless Sentai in Sentai history? Well, Jiro of course goes back into his evil mode by being rejected again. Just accept him already. Ah, and he transforms into his new form, Don Torabolt. He is basically the tiger version of Dragoku, just in silver, but looks cool. And the name, like Dragoku, Torabolt is a mix of Tora, Japanese for tiger, and bolt. Just like lightning bolt, though folklore creature. Lame, but does sound good still. And his attack, like with a dragon, looks awesome. I love these neon effects. And Owner steals all their glamour. Good, we can at least count on him. And what do you mean I skipped the battle? Nothing really happened there. I love the joke at the end, but all in all, this episode wasn't that great. Even though it had a lot of potential. Oh well. Don 21, the ultimate ramen pursuit. Okay, we have the predecessor of Saru Brother this episode, which could be interesting. Could be. And using the power wrongly takes them away? Yes, so how did those long nosers keep them? Ah, a scene with the bestials. And yes, it again amounts to absolutely nothing. Ah, a scene with Murasame. And yes, it again amounts to absolutely nothing. Ah, the Saru Brother predecessor, who is a soup connoisseur or something. Wait, no, I don't accept that. The food he eats is imaginary, but that still works for him to live? Yes, it is a joke, but just a bit too stretching for my disbelief. So, the old one didn't like fighting with no reward? And that is a bad thing? Don't get me wrong, you should help without wanting a reward, yes. But as a full-time hero, you also need to eat. In the beginning, when Shinichi was abducted, he came to the rescue. And now wants to deal with that Yakuza-like family. And meanwhile, Sonoza abducted Haruka so that she can draw manga for him. Ah, the Yakuza are just owners of a noodle restaurant. Kinda funny, granted. What a word to describe this season. Ah, the old Blue had stolen this autograph of an actor barely ever giving out autographs. That is pretty heavy. In exchange, he wants their secret ramen sauce, so he doesn't have to create one for himself when he opens up a ramen shop, that lazy chimp. And of course, both of these were fakes. Who would have seen that coming? And then Shinichi, however he is doing that, puts them into the imagination of being thirsty in a desert. The other one, just taking the bottle, made him overthink his life for some reason, and now he wants to be better. Or not, as he now wants Saru Brothers' powers back, thus turning into a Shinkenja Hitotsuki. Well, first off, this guy was tied into the story. Good. Noodles and Shinkenja are quite random. Bad. But the design, with the kanji on the face, very Shinkenja-like. Good. 2 goods and 1 bad. That is a beginning. And after the battle, yes, there was nothing to it again, we see this guy opened up his own ramen stand, working hard. Okay, I don't really care, to be quite honest. This episode could have done something very interesting with the former Saru brother, but it didn't. Instead, it was extremely boring and uninteresting. This season is going down the drain while having some interesting setups that could be good. Don 22, a hellish manga method. Oh, they realize Haruka's missing. But don't care too much. What good friends she has here. Also, they push Jiro further away, making his evil side stronger, probably. She continues writing manga for Sonoza. In her manga, everyone is a transfer student and everyone confesses their love to the heroine. For an absurd comedy, this would work, but this is supposed to be romance. This guy is bored by everything, because he achieved everything, so he says. I kinda doubt that, but well, Hitotsuki of the day. The heroine of her romance manga now transforms as well to fight evil. What is this manga called? Reborn as a mess in a messy world of mess? They could have created something interesting, but well, budget. Being in a slump makes you one of Taro's dancers? That has strange innuendos. Oh, the Mega Ranger Hitotsuki looks actually quite good. With a dome head and everything. You don't see Mega Ranger right away, but if you know it, it makes sense. So, they kidnap the one who claims she steals his manga, so that they can have a contest. He doesn't want to show his face openly, so bunny costume. Wait, they kidnap him? How's Haruka still allowed her powers with being evil? He even can make Haruka's signature dish, beef stroganoff, and it tastes just like hers. I'm calling it now. That is Haruka under the bunny hat. I don't know how, but that is what I call. Ah, of course, battle. And as they don't want to include Jiro, he randomly fights Sonui. After the battle, she admits that Shina Naoki is the better mangaka. And that's it. This episode was so boring. Again, nothing happened. I was enjoying this season in the beginning, and I will continue to watch it, because it still has some interesting plot points, but this might be a bad one in the end. We have to wait and see.
Well, what do you think? How do you feel about Donbrothers? Tell me in the comments below. And while you're down there, fire a neon silver tiger on like, subscribe, and that little bell to keep updated. And check out the links in my description to my Twitter and Instagram, where I post stuff and keep you updated as well as to my Twitch, where I live stream every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I hope to see you over there as well, and until next time, bye-bye!